meet in online dating. And
I agree.
That was so much of like what you too, right? Are you currently online dating?
Yes.
So we've got perspectives of someone, a success story, someone who's continuing to online date.
No, I have a boyfriend now.
Okay, through online dating?
I actually
met in real life.
I met him like 25 years ago, and then someone reconnected me.
Oh, we love a reconnection.
When Harry met Sall?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Was it social media though still? Like they sent you through to an Instagram?
No, I knew who he was.
Okay.
So what was the mutual connection? How did you
I met him 25 years ago in his store.
What store? What kind of store did he have?
He has a shoe store.
Okay.
He was older than me. You know what? When you're 25 years ago,
yeah,
a guy that was 5 years older than you is older. Now, as you get older, a guy who's 10 years older than you is
appealing.
Actually here in LA.
Yeah, and exciting.
13 is great.
You had me at he had a job. Right?
Yeah. Well, you had me at he's probably your soulmate. So.
Yeah.
Ooh,
No. I.
Bam!
Sweet.
You got that right.
Chinese judge 9.7.
No. Really. You know what? We get along. It's really nice. I really like him because my boyfriend prior we just fought over like everything. I say black. He says white. You know, it was terrible. It was very unhealthy. So this one's it's really nice, smooth sail.
Good.
I like it.
Good.
I'm happy.
Smooth sailing on the love boat. We like that.
Yeah, and I love that he's older than me. I think the whole being single here in LA, these men. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
And you have to go out with someone at least 10 years older than you, in my opinion.
I think it depends on what you're really looking for.
I think different people want different dynamics within a relationship.
Yeah.
And then there are a lot of people who don't know what they want.
Yes.
Or they don't clarify
I don't want to be
that part.
I don't want to feel like an old lady.
You're not.
I know.
Not.
Well, but when you go out with a guy who's your age, you do. For me.
Oh.
How so?
Because they want younger.
I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio wants younger. I get that, but you, I mean,
No, I'm telling you, they all want younger.
Really?
Have we started? Have we started?
It's
Yes.
Are we on?
we already started.
Yes.
Because can I
love
add as
that.
a guy's point about wanting
Yeah.
younger? And
if you don't, you're all.
I'll be quick. Let me do a blurb here. So when I got on there, I of course got divorced, and I got on there a few years ago, and I was like, oh, 25 to 35 because I'm a rock star, and that didn't work. So then I did like 35 to 50, but then I kept bumping into these 50 older women than me that were so interesting. Smoking bodies.
Yeah.
You know, LA, that's the thing with LA.
They're called cougars.
Wow, right? I'm
Yeah.
from Missouri, so, we all have our kids 14 to 17.
Right.
Boom, I guess the point was, I met so many of them that when I went to Santa Monica, I go, forget it. I'm going like 35 to 60.
There you go.
And then I met someone 5 years ago. She's older than me.
Fantastic.
And she has insecurities. I do, white boy ass, there's nothing there,
Yeah. Insecurities.
But for me, it was just, there's so many guys, I begged it a little bit differ. I think there's so many guys that want to have a conversation with an equal.
Yeah.
Like you challenge them.
Sure.
Not pick at them. You challenge them. Comedic. I mean, man, what's funnier than a funny Australian man? Well, what's funny than a funnier woman? I think my girl is the funniest human I've ever met.
Wonderful.
She's not the funniest, she's a funny woman, she's cute. She's the funniest mammal I've met in
that's so
55
nice.
years. And that's
That's
the
really
truth.
nice.
Well, it is
That's
the
so
truth. I just
darling.
kind of throw it out. And then if you think I'm a great guy, wait till we get done because I'll say something
Well, you're
stupid on this
special.
podcast. But anyway, I would like to throw that in. I bumped my age up on the Bumble. I was only on it 2 months.
Ooh, scandalous.
But I was on it 2 months, and I go, wow, I'm going to get me maybe a grandma. And then
Why
I met
not?
her. It's so great. So anyway, thank
Right.
you.
So y'all have been together for 5 years now?
It's March 23rd coming up.
Oh, coming up on that
Congratulations.
5-year anniversary.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
you guys, how long?
So my boyfriend and I met on October 1st of 2020. So we're coming up on 2.5
nice.
years. Yeah. We met during the
pandemic.
Yeah, the
Kind
pan.
of
Pan
masky,
romance.
kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
spraying your
Oh,
handsy.
we're talking like first impression,
Yeah.
wearing a mask. Yeah. What did I love most about you when I first met you? Your eyes.
You were breathing.
Yeah.
You touched my body.
Yeah.
So I have a question for both of you.
Yes, ma'am.
So what would you say your dynamic is, like your male-female dynamic within your relationship, and then I'm curious what yours is as well.
I just talked. I'm tired. I'm really tired.
Let me take it off of your hands, okay? First of all, why don't I intro all of us? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to laugh until your sides hurt with Comedy 90211. Live from Anton Pictures Studios, it's Carmen Scott.
Hello.
And Tema Sall, what's up? Your hilarious hosts for an afternoon of nonstop comedy. We'll see about that. Get ready.
Nonstop hour.
Yeah, exactly. And buckle your seatbelts. Get ready for an all-star lineup featuring the talented Hope Adams and Rob Meyer, bringing you their best jokes and skits. You won't want to miss a single moment of this laugh out loud extravaganza. So grab some popcorn, kick back, don't hit your microphone, and join us for an unforgettable afternoon of hilarity. Only on 90211.
The judges give Hope round one.
Total
She
knockout.
laid that mic out.
She did. It's okay. It's okay. No one's judging you at all for that. All right, so we're in it. Let me just start off by saying that.
Really? That's got to be me, no?
Is it?
No, mine's on vibrate.
Everyone silence
No, I
your
turned it
phones
off.
before we stop the
That's Geppetto's.
podcast. It's
No.
Geppetto's.
Geppetto's.
Oh,
Are we
Geppetto,
still
come
the
on.
Disney character? I don't get it.
It's okay. It's fine. So let me just preface this by saying that we've all met maybe 20 minutes ago, right? And so we're four completely perfect strangers spending coming in hot, just getting to know each other for a public hour or
Top
less
Gun
than
3.
Exactly, and you
much.
better get ready for it. So we were starting to talk a little bit about dating because that's how you kind of warm up the oven before you stick in the turkey. Am I right? We love an American Pie reference.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I met my boyfriend on Hinge. I definitely was doing, different dating websites and whatever. I mean, I've been doing the dating websites way back since before, like right after I graduated from college. In fact, my mom, for my 23rd birthday,
Were you on
decided...
dial-up?
No, that very nice. No, nope. I made it past that. My mom, for my 23rd birthday, decided to get me a 3-month subscription to JDate. I'm Jewish, and so she wanted to clearly match me up as soon as possible because it's like, oh, she moves back home. Let's get her out of the house again because we enjoyed empty nesting. So, but anyway. Online dating, not foreign to it at all. Definitely very versed in it. There's JDate, there's JSwipe, which I like to call the Tinder for Jews, basically. There's Tinder as well. There's Bumble. You had met your
Love it. That was the only thing I did.
Wow. See, everyone's success
I
story
don't
is
like Bumble.
It was like 8
different.
weeks, but it was
I
8
didn't love
weeks.
it either. And yeah, 8
weeks. I was getting ready to quit it already and meet people maybe on a hiking app.
Right.
We'll
Wait.
get into this chats app, or you know how you guys communicate with each other on something? What's it called?
WhatsApp.
What?
WhatsApp. That's
Yeah.
what it's
That
called.
was my first time on there too. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
joked it was like a Black Mirror episode. You guys were talking live, and so I missed the boat on that. But that's the
WhatsApp
only
is-
one I did was
I
Bumble.
have friends that met
So
on
you didn't
Facebook
like it.
dating.
What?
Oh my God, really?
Yes, Facebook dating. That's
Oh,
That's a thing, or that still a
horrible.
thing?
I mean, that's the last dating app, or the last app that I'd even want to
You
meet
can't
anyone
tell
on,
that at a
know?
at a dinner party. You go, we met on what? Facebook.
Facebook
Sure you
dating.
can, because, a lot of people who are on Facebook are,
Seems like you're just
white and
working
racist.
your
I
way
don't
up in
know.
the majors.
Just,
So.
we've got a variety of people on
Okay, so
Facebook.
relationship dynamics.
Let's get
this
back
is
to
something
it.
I'm I'm fascinated by. Like, what is the dynamic? Is it like
Between me and my boyfriend? Well, first of all, we're both actors in Los Angeles. I mean, he's very talented. He's constantly doing self-tapes. He's got a survival job. I mean, we have a lot in common in that capacity. But our dynamic is really healthy. Like, it's the healthiest relationship I've ever been in. We trust each other really well. It's also nice to, like, the saying, like, absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh, yeah.
This works so well between the two of us because honestly, I can spend a week apart from him and it's okay. Like, we are very good with our communication as well. Like, we're super in touch with each other. We're not afraid to be vulnerable or share what we love, what we're aware of. Like, if we make a mistake, we check ourselves on that and just kind of circle it back and be
So
like,
what's the trust level? He goes, I'm shooting 3 days, and Brazil.
Yeah.
You know, what's your trust level?
Well,
How
first
long
of all,
yeah.
I hope he does.
I
book
hope he
that
does too.
To
You
go
get
away.
that frequent flyer miles for you.
Yeah, for sure. And also, honey, I'm coming.
Right, right.
Are you kidding? Passing up an opportunity to
You're
go
in
to Brazil?
first class. He's in coach. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually probably how it would be.
So, but there's a trust thing, like in everything.
Yeah, I think the thing that really helped is that from the moment that we met and our first date overall, he made me feel very secure in our relationship. Like, I never had a doubt that he really loved me. He, like, really loved me for me. And that's one of the reasons why I love him so much, is because I feel that love. It's a real connection. It's a mutual connection.
Right.
And I've never felt the same way about him that I have for, like, I've never felt about anyone else that I have for him.
That's
so
great.
Yeah, fucking yeah, we
Yeah.
did it, you know?
Oh,
like
how long have you been with your?
8 months.
8
8 months.
months. That's wonderful.
So
Yeah.
let me ask you guys a quick. And you're in a relationship.
I'm single.
You're single, so you're
Yeah.
freestyling today.
We got to talk about this
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Like, what
she's
is it
looking for
like
gold
well,
downhill.
I mean, it's right in front of her with the microphone. It's right there. But in any case, yes. How is it for you these days, especially post-pandemic? What's life like dating?
I don't talk shit about dating because I'm very aware that the one common denominator in all of these dates is me. So,
Bring it back.
yeah. So,
and you judging you.
I'm trying to, I really make a conscious effort to have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what kind of experience do I want to have? I want to have fun.
Yeah.
I don't, like when people are like, "Oh, dating sucks," I'm like, "Ooh, maybe it just sucks to date you." So I don't say
Exactly
things
that
like
part.
dating
Yeah.
sucks. It's like I'm gonna have as much fun possible, and if I'm not
Yeah.
having fun, then I take myself out of that equation.
Yeah.
And I treat myself well.
Good
you
for
know,
you.
I buy myself flowers. I do nice things for
I
myself.
buy
So
myself
if I don't have somebody that matches that kind of energy or enhances that energy is what I'm looking for, then it's just kind of a no for me. You know?
So you sound a lot like you like to align your manifestations with your words. Like, you definitely like to match what you want with what you're saying.
Right.
I'm aware of how powerful our words are.
Fuck yeah.
So if I'm try to the best of my ability, intentional and conscious with the words that I use.
I knew I liked you. Yeah, exactly. Because that's what is so important. And I don't know if anyone's into the law of attraction, but
Oh
it's
my Lanta!
there we
Ding,
go.
ding,
Give me a high
ding.
five.
Can I
Give me a
ask-
high five.
you're
Don't let
8
me hang.
months.
There we go.
That's how I know Bethany V, by the way.
Oh, for
our mutual
real?
friend. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were
Shout
talking
out
about
to
mutual.
Bethany.
Yeah, Bethany, mutual friends. Sorry, go ahead.
Real quick, you're 8 months. How long are you?
2.5, coming up on 2.5
So
years.
let me ask you. You don't or not? I just kind of had a conversation. My girl dropped me.
Your relationship.
You're like, you know,
5
out there
years,
having
right?
fun.
Coming out on 5 years,
almost.
yeah.
So she dropped me a few blocks off, and I hopped out.
Yeah.
And we did literally have a conversation because I just, who knows what I'm going to say with I said open windows that happened. Are you concerned 8 months in of saying something that he could hear that he took the wrong way? And are you, after 2.5 years, have you guys broke that barrier and said, if you get a laugh at it, it could be my dead grandma's just joke, go for it?
He gives me free range.
Yeah.
Like, I do joke. I mean, he's given me
At
material.
his expense even, right?
Yeah,
of
but
course,
like,
of
but
course.
if we can't
That's
laugh
trust,
about
though.
ourselves, exactly.
There's so much trust in that. Sorry to
No.
interrupt you.
If we can't laugh about
Yeah.
that stuff, like, we're then taking life, I feel, a little too seriously, you know?
Yeah.
You gotta find, I mean, obviously know the line, have respect.
Boundaries.
That I was like, what's the B word I'm
my
thinking
God.
of?
If
My
one of
Boundaries.
his testicles 4 inches lower than the other, maybe you'll talk about it, maybe not, you know? But he's good with that.
All I heard was 4 inches. What
That's
did you
right.
say? I'm sorry. That was the takeaway.
Whew, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's actually not. It's,
So you guys
Note
don't
to
live
self,
together.
don't drink when you guys
yeah.
are talking.
Has anyone else dated someone with a small dick? Let's talk.
But
no,
hang
we
on,
don't have to
but
talk
Hope,
about that.
after 8 months, are you concerned about screwing up right now? Is there something you could do to screw up?
I'm sure I could. Yeah. of
No,
course.
We're
wait,
human.
on accident, not on purpose.
I mean, I just hit the mic 4 times. I don't know.
It's okay.
Anything can happen. But no, I don't think so. I think we're pretty strong. I do. I think we're pretty solid.
What makes you feel solid in your
He makes
relationship?
me feel very secure.
See, that is so important.
He says the right things.
Yep.
And very important. I think there's your either love for you is verbal or physical.
Yeah.
Love languages.
Right.
Hey, let's talk about them. There's 5 of them.
no.
So maybe I don't know. I might have a couple of them, but definitely verbal. The way someone makes me feel emotionally
Yeah.
would makes
Words
me
of
feel.
affirmation.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
Anyone
Even though they're just
into-
words.
What about actions? What if
I
the
love
guy?
gifts.
Oh,
Yeah?
Yes, and
Nice.
words of affirmation.
See, I like acts of service because technically, without words of affirmation, or I'm sorry, without words of affirmation, there's no act of service. Actions speak louder than words.
I've
That's
put
my
it
bottom
behind
line.
me
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I think some gifts can be acts of service. Like,
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, that's a tangible sign of love. Funny enough, you say that gifts are a love language for you. I think that it's one of my love languages that I put out.
Like you love to give.
I love to give gifts. I love to, ever since I was a little girl. I remember in elementary school, because there were talk about like people being older than you. I was trying to like be accepted by some kids and whatever, but like they were a grade above me and like they started befriending me and it was like so sweet and I was like so happy to be friends with older kids. And I would bring little gifts to school and give them to them.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where there was a note that was written by one of the girls and she was like, Tema, we really love you, but you don't always have to give us gifts. And that's
don't
when I
stop.
yeah. Like, but again, it's like you don't have to do that all the time, especially if you're trying to win people over. So I learned that lesson at a very young age.
Does anyone know, Hope or anyone?
Yeah.
I think in Europe, I don't get it. Birthdays. Yay, give me a present and someone take me out to dinner. I think we have poor friends, all of us, and we have rich friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's for Australia or England. On your birthday, you invite 10 or 12, what you can afford, but it's like you give them a free dinner and say, hey, it's my birthday, I'd like to treat everyone. I think I was in Australia, New Zealand, or no,
Well, everything's
Australia.
backwards there, so that
Right,
makes
so
sense.
that makes sense for
I've
sure.
heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
know people
it
that
seems
give
your
their
birthday gifts-
moms presents on their birthday.
That's lovely.
'Cause, like,
Yeah, because she was the one who
popped
did
you
the
out of her
work.
vagina.
Exactly. Yeah, give her a damn PlayStation 3.
The 9 months before popping them out's not much fun on a girl either, you know? But
Are you
said
talking
just
about you
them
popping it out? Or?
No, I mean I
Okay.
have 3 boys, so my
That's a
my
lot of
ex had
testosterone.
3 cesareans, you know, so you go through that too. So
And to have to go through that is a
I can't
lot on your
stand
body.
pregnant
man,
women.
it's whew.
Ugh.
Have you ever been pregnant?
No, I haven't.
Then that probably
But-
explains why you can't.
No, they're nightmares.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
called hormones.
Yes.
They're outrageous.
All right, so pregnancy is harder on the man. We got it. That part settled.
I love
Good.
that we started off not knowing each other, and now we're talking about pregnancy because that's the
I
circle of life. You
Talked
guys.
about everybody's mom's vagina.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. Let's get into names.
You
I'm
already
kidding.
went 4 inches
Boundaries.
already. You already said 4 inches, so we've got a base to work off.
Thank God, that's some foundation right there. Listen, we could talk about size all we want, but I feel like there's more to it than that here.
Yes.
Let's
Thank God.
let's move on from dating.
Anyone sober here?
Yeah,
Sober?
let's talk about that. I'm not sober. Are you?
No.
Oh,
All
boy.
right.
I don't drink.
I quit 2 years and 1 month ago, but I'm California clean, they say.
California sober.
California sober.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you smoke weed.
At 7 to 9, and then when I'm hiking on the weekend.
Fuck
I
yeah.
biked here. I biked like 2 miles. Like got off and biked 2 miles. So I'm always. I have a video on Instagram. I jump off these mountains and kind of carry onto it or something.
Wait a second, you jump off these mountains
No, it's just
with
like a-
your bike.
No running. The running stuff, but I hike and I had jumped
Is
off.
this
it, so-
like parkour?
Parkour?
Yeah, I love it. There's a guy in Vegas doing. Okay, so it's goofy, but I love it. Hey, can we talk about the poster? That
Sure.
before we go.
So if you want to have your podcast done in a print shop, this is where you could come and record it. Right here in Beverly Hills. Right behind me, you have a poster that was made moments before we actually aired this podcast live. And we've got photos of all of us on here. Look at
Within
that.
seconds.
Within seconds. I was talking to all of you guys and I did a double take. I was like, did that just get put up behind me very like slickly?
I
Yes,
knew when
it did.
Anton
Thank
was really
goodness.
excited and like hurtled over that table. Like
So
he hurtled.
funny.
When I knew he was excited, I knew it was a big production breakthrough for
You
the
remember
show.
Sure is.
Inspector Gadget?
Absolutely.
Yes.
How can we forget?
It was like a Go-Go Gadget poster.
Now that explains
True.
why we heard the tape so clearly. Yeah.
That is great,
Not me.
though.
I gotta
Someone
go.
needs to take their meds. Is that the cue
Yeah,
for you to get going?
No,
Mine-
it's not
mine would
me.
go
But you
every
do
5
have to
minutes.
I do
go.
have to leave. I have to drive to Santa Monica. It was so nice to meet
What kind
you.
of
what a
tooth?
Very
pleasure.
nice to meet you.
What kind of
Before
tooth
you
are they
leave,
working on?
My back tooth.
What's your,
Oh, no problem there.
what's your favorite compliment to receive? Like when someone's like, "Oh, this," then you're like, "Wow, I feel seen."
Real, down to earth.
Where would you move if you were just right now, $1 billion, whatever, boom, I'm going to this country.
Manhattan
I gotta
Beach.
Manhattan Beach?
Oh, I've
Really?
heard
I
that's a
love
great
Hermosa.
country.
Yeah.
I love
Hermosa is a
Hermosa.
neighboring Slavic
Yeah, I love it.
NATO
Yeah.
nation as
I
well.
love it there.
Yeah.
Who
Redondo
were
is
you-
the-
who were you
Redondo's
named after?
southern-
A grandparent. I had a name with an H.
I love it. Okay.
So,
What's your favorite color?
Green.
Interesting.
Well, you guys are connected already, so that's cool.
I do. I love green. And I like pink.
Are you coming back?
It depends how long I'm gonna be sitting in the chair for. So
Exactly.
But
My guess
I
is
would love
no.
to meet up again. I highly doubt it.
Which chair will be worse, this one or the down chair? Wait, if you had
like
a
it now.
hypothetical gun to your head,
Yeah,
right?
text us. Let us know. That'd be great.
This just
One
in.
last question for you. What is your greatest comedic influence in the world?
I'm thinking who I really love.
It's
These
tough
days-
for one.
You know what? I'm so bad with names these days. I don't know why I have like a brain fog. She was in I'm Pretty. What's her name again? I love her. I was just watching.
I think Joan Rivers is the funny. Is it not Joan?
No, I like
Is it?
Joan,
Is
but
it?
not Joan.
Who is the old Phyllis Diller? For
I love
some
Phyllis
reason,
Diller.
No,
what-
she's young.
crack-
Amy Schumer.
crack me. Oh, Amy. Okay, younger.
Amy.
Sorry. Wow.
Great.
I missed
I like Amy.
She's great.
I would miss my
Fantastic.
2 world wars. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
one last question, follow up, totally unrelated. What's your favorite food?
Oh God. I don't eat carbs, so I love soups, like puree
I love
of.
soup too.
I love like puree of vegetables, like green vegetables.
What about
Okay.
mushroom puree?
I love
And the
mushrooms.
hunks of
I
mushrooms
love
in
that.
there? Yeah,
Actually, Bristol Farms makes the best mushroom.
See,
Word.
hot tip. That's a hot tip.
Oh yeah, I
Man,
love
someone
that.
is needing to take their medication or
Someone
something.
is very pretty and popular.
Yeah.
It's not me.
Someone's been DJing with iPhone rings the
It's
whole
really
time.
not me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Hope, it's been a pleasure.
You guys too.
Yeah, chatting with
Nice to
you.
meet
We'll
you.
meet
Yeah.
again.
It always is.
I'm
Love
sure
it.
our paths will cross.
Absolutely.
Good
I
luck
love
at
it.
the dentist.
Thank you. When
Yeah.
are you guys? When are you? Anyone performing anytime?
I'm currently working on some bookings, so I will post that online. But if you
Yes.
want to follow me, you can at Tema Sall. Oh, that's
I'm sure I'm
my
gonna get a
name.
copy of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a show
all
on the
better.
17th.
There you go.
And Carmen Scott Show on Instagram.
Oh,
There you
nice.
What? Really? Okay. I'm just kind of sorry, I'm, 100 years old, so.
You're
Am I
not.
supposed to say
You
something?
look great
or
for
you
100
did
years
great.
I'm leaving. I gotta go.
She
And you-
needs to
everyone
go.
does. Ah, she booged in.
She's
Yeah.
got to go to the dentist.
Okay.
It was.
That's
It's a hot
relation.
seat.
That's a relationship you don't want to fuck
No,
up.
I don't. 'Cause I'm
Yeah.
broke.
Don't forget to take your headphones
Well,
off,
the dentist
or else
relation.
we're all going with you.
Try getting
Bye,
an appointment
bye,
now.
Anton.
Bye, thank you so
Bye,
much.
thank
You've been
you.
wonderful.
Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Bye.
Do you want me to scoot over? Or I'm fine, but
Yeah, you're good.
Guys, I've got a
Right here, I'm
chiropractor
good.
appointment I need to get to. I'm kidding.
you're right.
I love the chiropractor.
She's back. She's back. She couldn't miss us. You do need your key in order to get out of here. That would help.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is
Alrighty.
my dog product. If anybody has
Do you want the
a dog.
water
Your
to
dog
go?
product. You've got a dog product.
Yes, I make that.
Fantastic.
And you
You
didn't
make the
There's two
water
in there.
or the dog
and you didn't
product?
promo it or anything?
No.
Well, now we can.
Okay,
Oh,
this is
promo.
There you
Sport.
go.
It is a special water bottle cap for dogs on the go. That switches onto standard water bottles.
Oh my
There's a ball
God.
here, so
Yeah.
the dog licks the ball, Bob spins and rolls, and it's controlled water flow. So
Amazing.
if you're a small dog, you're not going to squeeze the bottle while they're drinking
Right,
it.
right.
If you have a bigger dog, you can. You can create more
That's
flow.
terrific.
So
awesome.
there's two in here. You guys.
Wonderful. Who has a dog? I
This
do.
is brought to you by
Thank you.
Dog Sport.
You know what's great?
When
is
are you
could
going?
have.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you could have gone on Shark Tank, but they
That
have,
was what
they
I
have a
was gonna
smaller
ask.
audience than we do.
That was,
So
we do have a smaller audience than us. What a shame. Anyone else have a dog here?
No.
I babysat my girl's mom's dog, Angelo. I call him Capone. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's very cute. Italian?
It's a little white dog.
He's the dog father.
He's,
But he's only
there.
Good. He's only there 10 days, so he's rent-a-dog, which is the best kind of dog.
That's rough.
See, oh my God, just keep on hitting with those zingers.
punnies.
We love the punnies. I'm a punny kind of gal. I love a good pun.
When are you going up next?
I'm currently looking to book some shows, so I kind of took a little bit of a step back. I actually work full-time as a stand-in a lot these days. I've been doing that professionally for...
Couple $100. Yeah, it
it's not bad.
pays.
I currently stand in on the hit ABC... Who is talking
What is
to us?
happening with the... That's the copier, I think, talking to us.
Is the
Did you see those new robots? Forget these copiers.
Okay,
It's
AI.
a robot that
Started
opened the
with
door
AI.
and then did a
Don't even.
backflip and was like, I got your fucking Schwarzenegger right here, right? I couldn't
Anyway,
believe it.
back to me.
More about me.
Yeah,
For
more about
sure.
me. So I work on the hit ABC show Abbott
Elementary.
Elementary. Thank you so much.
I've
Thank you.
actually seen some of that show.
It's such a great show.
I love it.
I do too. I'm a big fan. I stand in for Lisa Ann Walter on that show.
Wonderful.
So
Yeah.
we're currently on hiatus. I'm getting back into stand-up. I usually take a little bit of a step back when I'm working full-time on a show. It's just a little bit difficult to
Do
bring.
they cut you any break? Or you're like, I'm not even going to ask.
What do you mean?
You have such a sweet thing, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
You don't say, hey, by the way, I have an audition at 4, can't be there to stand in.
I will tell
That
you
doesn't
what.
happen,
I will
right?
tell you what. It has always worked out in my favor, because people, especially people that like you and enjoy working with you, they're
you're
going to want
professional
to
and you show
exactly,
up.
exactly. They're going to want to work with you, and they're going to want to support you. And fortunately,
And you're still getting work.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh, that was
thank
a
God.
joke.
No, but I also am getting work.
I'm always kidding. But, so what's next?
So we got renewed for season 3. So we will go back into production later this year. But I'm currently on hiatus. So typically during hiatuses, I throw myself back into stand up. Did have a little bit of a break because had some family health issues that were happening. But I'm very happy to say that they're doing so much better. So
Your boyfriend.
no, actually my dad.
No, but
My dad.
let's switch to your boyfriend real quick.
Sure, yeah.
And he's out acting taping because I was late. I was taping something today. Got panicked and this.
Yeah.
It feels like we all should have an honorary doctorate from USC in site selection, lighting, camera work,
Yeah, yeah.
splicing.
Yeah.
What the hell was that? I still can't get the music to work.
Yeah, it's
Like
called the
someone-
learn and earn plan. You got to figure it out.
So we're almost producing things
We
now.
are.
And someone looked at something, they go, hey, we might use it, in their little short or
Yep.
their student film.
Yeah, yeah.
But with him, you're trying to do the commercial, you do the clip for seltzer water,
Mm-hmm.
so you can go read a script. Like I have something tomorrow, raunchy comedy filmed in Big Bear. Well, who
Nice.
doesn't want to go film in Big Bear?
Well, I would
But
like
it's-
to go to Big Bear.
And
for
it's
sure.
unpaid, and I don't give a shit.
Well, that's nice.
It's fun, but you're doing the commercial work
Mm.
to kind of, for you and your age, or you get a few bucks so you can go do fun stuff and take a day off, Does he do that, or is he only theatrical?
No, I mean, I think that's the thing with everyone. We're just always trying to do different things, right? Just like putting our hand in this or that and like
Pushing the needle forward.
Amen, sister. That's it. It's just, it is moving forward. That's so much of it is just constantly trial and error, right? Seeing what works, what doesn't, and, sticking with things that do or don't work.
So I don't know.
Seriously,
I
what
know.
phone can I throw out the window right now?
Something about the
it's-
power being out, like this whole block, if
Yeah.
the power went out and the phones, not that bad.
I feel
As
like
long
the
as this
phone
is on
would be the
tape.
only thing that's still working
So
if
Carmen,
we had a power
and
outage.
what is it? I'm sorry.
No, nothing. It's fine.
What the Instagram story? Instagram.
Yes.
It's not a podcast. It's an Instagram what?
Instagram is a social media app.
Oh no!
that the
Are
kids
you really
using
going
these days.
there? She went there.
Yes,
like
I
that
did.
she
Because
did. And no,
that's
I'm-
what you asked me.
And I'm
So
not smarter than a
answering.
fifth grader. And-
So I
and I'll
said that my
tell you I'm not smarter than a
my
fifth grader.
Instagram handle is Carmen Scott Show.
Carmen
And I do
Scott
like
Show.
post when I have shows and all
How
those
long are the
and
clips?
stuff.
I was
The last clip I posted was a little under a minute
perfect.
from my last show I did, which was at Flappers last Thursday.
In Burbank.
Flappers in Burbank.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
That's
a
great.
lot of
I
fun.
got to watch Jeff Jeffries and Tom Segura is one of my favorites, but they were doing
Jim
a show.
Jeffries?
Jim Jeffries is crazy, that Australian guy.
Yeah.
But Tom Segura was doing a live show there, and it's so weird how funny these guys are when they're relaxed, maybe like us. When they weren't taping,
Yeah.
the whole audience is cracking up, and they went back to taping, and they're funny.
Yeah.
But it
it's
seems
not
like when
the
they're
same.
freestyling, like, I know you've just let go once, and it was probably your best time on stage, maybe. When you just let go, like
That's
Michael
part
Keaton
of what you're
said.
supposed to do.
Do you write
Yeah,
out
yeah.
everything that you're gonna say?
Sometimes, but then I'm like, oh,
I
what's
do.
this? Fuck it.
Fucking
Yeah.
topic
throw it out.
sentence by...
Well, here's the thing. If you have the ability to circle back and get back on track and not have that train derail like in East Palestine, Ohio, you know, like
Yeah,
that's kind of a good way to navigate back to your track. Also, shout out to everyone in East Palestine, Ohio. That's a real, for lack of better words, train wreck.
And downwind and downstream from them.
Yeah.
That's a train wreck.
Well, it's
Literal.
just I definitely want to spread a little bit of awareness about that going on over there. It's not good. Donate if
It's
you can.
called corporate greed.
There you go. Exactly.
I was in Nevada the whole time.
Chicka chicka.
The whole
Chugga
Yucca,
chugga.
whole Yucca Mountain
choo.
thing that
Yeah.
you guys might be too
Zing.
young for. Do you remember Yucca Mountain? It's in Nevada. They were going to put railroad tracks, and all the nuclear waste was going 70, 90 miles from Vegas, right through a neighborhood, you know, at one point. And so we just kept getting it nixed. But who knows what the rods and everything were going, you know, 80 miles, 200 miles. I hate to give inaccurate info, but outside of Vegas. Up north. So
Yeah.
we were like, hey, if it seeps out, aren't we down from there, like downriver?
Yeah.
And don't worry about it. Nah, I think I will. Like you guys, at least you're onto it, you know?
Have you ever talked to a younger? I was talking. When was this? I can't remember exactly, but I brought up Aaron Brockovich, and
Great.
they knew it was a movie. But I was like, "That's a real
Person. Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
really happened." What? I'm like, "Yes,
Mind blown.
yes." And we want to talk about what's happening in other countries, but Flint, Michigan, still doesn't have clean water.
Amen to that. That's true. It's not okay.
Hilarious! It's not funny, but I know.
We're just raising awareness so that people can,
Yeah.
go do research, because that's what it's about, is learning about what's happening in our world.
Do you ever wonder, because our infrastructure is what it is, you know, and
Fucked.
Detroit is what it is, and it's not because it's Detroit. It's because it's old, and because other countries do spend their money on not pensions for everybody, and I know that's a sore subject, but Detroit, do you ever wonder that there's water trucks that show up to spray water in Vegas when they're building homes, and some of it's clean. Can't they just pull up with big water trucks and maybe everyone has their gallon jugs, but they know it's clean? Like, shouldn't that take 19 minutes for the people there to get water to people? When
There
you
was
just
a
call the
guy
CEO of
that
Walmart
actually-
and say, help.
There was a guy that actually built this machine that would alchemize the water until it was clean or whatever.
Wow.
And this wasn't
The
something,
desalination
I do not
plant?
watch the news. I do not watch.
Probably
I
for the
haven't
best.
my whole life, and that's a whole nother story. But
Congrats.
get on a different tangent. So there was a guy that created one of these machines, and then somebody sabotaged it. And he was like, "You'd have to have an
Damn.
advanced sense of engineering to be able to do what somebody did to this machine."
Yeah, absolutely.
And a special
It's
hatred for humans.
That part. That was
That
what I
as
was thinking.
and a side order of that.
Yeah.
I think it's a devaluing of humanity is what I think it's
100%.
about.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I do like most of what I talk about. I think in my stand up has to do with being a human. Like what a wild
Yeah.
thing it is to be a human. I
Yeah.
say like on Spaceship Earth.
On
or
Spaceship
like
Earth?
in this flesh onesie, like this like little meat suit
Right,
that
right.
I'm running around in.
Comfy, good size, fits
I'm
well.
not mad about it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about my
Yeah,
meat
yeah.
suit.
Gotta love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
You
do
know,
love our
there's
meat
8
suit.
billion people right now, and I was born here. Doesn't make Americans great or me great, but whew, pretty lucky to wake up and birth, and doctor slapped you, and after that you're like, hey, clean water, clean food. Like, I do have discussions mild with people. Man, it's so lucky. You know, there's parts of Sudan, as you know, and Rwanda and all that.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't right off the bat, but there's a great place, 1 Acre Fund. They loan money. It's a loan to the farmers, and then they have to pay it back, or they don't get a loan next year. And sure, there's some spillage. Oh, God, we gave people extra seed that year, you know, versus, we gave $1 trillion to special interest groups, right? But it's a great little thing. And that, sorry, keep going.
Why? I'm listening
Yeah,
to
we're
what
listening.
I'm listening to what you were saying.
It's fascinating what we view
Yes, you
as
can still
important.
appreciate
Yeah.
America. You can still
But the
appreciate that
luckiness,
we
I guess,
don't. like wake up in a war-torn country.
Yeah.
That part's nice.
That I can recognize that, and like waking up and being like that we live in such a beautiful world, which we do, and it's or I believe that we do, and like to have a sense of gratitude. I guess for me, the thing that it brings up is like my relationship with reality, which is an interesting, relationship, because I do feel
it's
like
scattered with me.
we have this lens. We choose. We don't always consciously choose, but like you could hand somebody a field of roses and all they would see is thorns, and then you could hand somebody else a field of roses and they'd be like, this is the most beautiful thing ever. So there is an aspect of
I've been both of
perspective.
those people, though. You know, honestly, really have.
But again, it comes back to perspective and just how you view the world and see the beauty in the ugly, right?
I'm taking this tap class at Santa Monica College.
Great segue. Love that. Yeah, love that for you.
Tap. I took a tap.
I love tap.
So we had to watch these videos on the history of tap, which required us to watch stuff about minstrelsy.
Oh, okay.
And like going back to the origins of entertainment.
Love that, because tap was one of the original forms of entertainment.
Yeah, and when you were the earlier Hollywood stars, like all of those actors had to tap.
To tap, yep. Hello,
the-
Singing in the Rain, right?
I met Donald O'Connor.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It was cool.
What
He
a
came to
treat.
my college
Okay.
and watched us dance.
Where'd you go to college?
Oklahoma City University.
Okay, so that's a stretch from going from Texas to Oklahoma. What was it like going from one red state to another red state?
I like was so not considering anything. I just went there because they have a really good dance school.
Oh, cool.
So it was.
So is that what you wanted to do originally? Was that like your jam?
I always knew I wanted to act.
Okay.
But that was my first love and passion, like feeling the depths of your soul.
Yeah.
I found that in tap, or in dance in general.
From the depths of your
Loved
soul,
it.
pun
Yeah.
intended.
Yeah.
Hey.
Baraching.
And that's how we bring it back.
The history of taps for me, the history of taps is Gregory Hines. Like, he's the master. Like, when I took a couple lessons in St. Louis, I was 22 and whatever, out of school. Gregory Hines. I just sit and watch everything he did.
Oh, that's
He was
fun.
unreal because he just took it, I thought, to a weird place.
Well,
He just let go and kind of Bobby Browned it.
he was.
You know?
He was.
My thing.
Sorry, are you done?
I'm never done. Please, hey, you guys touch your nose. My girl does this when they want me to stop. Just touch your nose. I swear to God, I'll just quit talking like
Now
an
that's
animal.
some strong communication.
Okay.
Yeah.
No one sees, right? Oh, we have cameras?
Yeah.
We've been filmed the entire time.
Yes.
Really?
Rob.
Whoops.
Well, I would say that Gregory
love
had a major influence on tap, but the history of it goes way
Of
further
course.
back.
Can you
I
give us
know,
a
I know.
little fun fact about tap tap?
Yes.
Like, what kind of fun fact or
First
the
thing that
history?
comes to your mind about a fun fact about tap dancing.
There was a guy that Honey Coles that locked himself in a room, like tap danced for 10 to 12 hours a day, and he was known for having the fastest feet
Okay.
in tap, but he was also the best slowest tapper.
Oh,
So he could tap super
Whoa.
slowly and then
sounds like
He's
Usher.
boyfriend material there for sure.
Yeah.
oh,
I was gonna say, like, can go fast, can go slow. That's
a
is that Usher?
variety of speeds is nice.
Yeah,
Be quiet.
yeah.
I get where you're going with this, Rob. I get
Yeah.
where you're going with this.
I
But
think
that
we
was-
all get where you're going with this one.
So, you know who I'm missing, and I hate to be this way, but there's no other way to do it. They always show a black and white movie of a black guy, probably back in the Rat Pack day, that was the tap dance extraordinaire, but kind of heavy. And now I can't think of his name. And it wasn't Abbott Costello, you know? But there is someone in tap years ago, sorry. That was a side note, but that maybe you could
Do you
think of
know,
it.
with your history
It's
of,
like they
and
always-
knowledge of
I-
tapping?
I could not
Tap, tap, taparoo.
guess who you're talking
And
about
I could be
in this moment.
insane in the membrane right
Well,
now.
the thing that it had me thinking of is the systems, like this system, this entertainment system, and the history. And sometimes when we fail to acknowledge the historical aspect and the systemic part of it, because like black people could even the Nicholas brothers. Let's take the Nicholas brothers
Sure.
for example, because I mean, they were phenomenal.
I don't know the Nicholas brothers.
So there's
Maybe
these-
someone in the audience doesn't either. I'm a heel.
So
or
these
ass.
Nicholas brothers, you want to Google it, look up Stormy Weather. It's an amazing, one of the best things I've seen in terms of dance performance. So and most of the other tap dancers would be they would be the butler, or they would be the cook, or they'd be somebody, and then they didn't, but they weren't a character. And the Nicholas brothers, they wore suits. They were always like elevated in that sense, but they came on to be the dancers and then they left. It's not like they weren't given the opportunity to be a character in the movie. There was a side act.
Interesting. So that's like a whole other world.
There's
I'll look it up.
worlds
Now
within
I got
Worlds.
something to
The
do
Ni-
tonight.
The Nichols brothers.
Nicholas brothers. Yeah.
Nicholas brothers.
Yeah. So what's funny?
Hey, speaking of not funny,
I
does
just
anyone,
hold on. I need to put on some more lip gloss.
that's why I
Got
keep
it.
drinking water. Good stuff. Does anyone know about? Do you follow Ukraine? You guys seem a little political. Do you know? Because I'd like to ask a question.
I mean, you can ask questions
how about
whether we have
opinions?
answers.
Because here's what I know so little.
Yeah.
When you see stats, like there's part of Ukraine that like wants 88% voting to be back into Russians, control, and you see these things, and then you see Putin with 86, 90% approval, and those parts of Ukraine that kind of the people there want to be back with Russia.
Where are you seeing this information?
See, there you go.
That's my
Boom.
question.
That's
Where's
what
your
you know. What
cross-check?
source?
That's why I'm here. And it's same kind of Twitter. I love looking at the comments the way they
Oh
call
yeah,
someone
Twitter,
out.
by the way, is the most reliable source.
No,
that
but
you
the
can-
comment I know, but the comments after seem to self check, fact check each other.
Yeah.
Someone posts something stupid, and three guys you know that you follow are smart go,
Yeah, are gonna
really?
fact check
no.
that.
So I love that. So there you go. My facts is there we go off the bat. Is that not true? Are those stats incorrect? No one in Ukraine prefers to be back with Russia?
Truth is such an interesting entity these
Let's
days.
get
It
into
sure
it.
is that moving
What
target.
is true? What is true? That's the second musical interlude.
Everyone's
Yeah.
flipping a coin now on that.
Remix.
Yeah, I like it. We're gonna have a whole EP after this entire podcast.
And we don't have to go, boom, we bounce. Next time we'll talk about it. I don't know that I'm here to learn too. I thought maybe someone really knew about it.
Well,
No.
that's also what you do anytime you need to learn something new. Is you come onto a podcast with four total strangers, and that's you learn something new every day, right? Because
Well, you
every day is
dance
a
around the
school day.
cell phone tones.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
look
be
at,
tap dancing my way out of this.
we ran the
podcast when we're done.
gauntlet. We ran the cell phone gauntlet for 20 minutes with everything going off with Anton. What are they running? Well, you
High
12 cents a
alert.
copy over here, Anton? Are you making? There's no way you're making money at 12 cents a copy. Oh,
You're asking the man about his business
I
plan and
bet
his pyramid.
color. He goes, oh,
That's personal.
I hope you're gouging these kids on color, Anton.
Wild.
I thought he'd be sitting with us sometimes.
He's producing. By the way, let's give it up for George Anton
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Anton
Thank you. Look at-
Productions. Thanks so much for having us here.
And his partner with that blew so much red ink, $4 worth of red Auburn ink there.
This poster cost $100 for
Right.
anyone who wants to buy it. With
Yeah.
all of our signatures, it brings the cost up to $200. So
Right.
we'll be having an online bidding war. Speaking of wars, so if you want, we can just
Right.
get that one started. No, I don't
Well, but-
support war at all.
I don't know. I'm not going to claim to know anything about what's going on in Ukraine and Russia, and I don't watch the news. So
Okay.
that's
I
what I
know
have
that
to say about that.
I know that we just marked a year in terms of when everything started. I don't want to claim that I'm well versed as well. I mean, it's one of those things that there's so many different things that are going on around the world, and we can do so much as human beings to be able to participate in that. We can engage in conversation. I think it is important to educate people and to learn and to share, but at the same time, there's so much out there that it becomes overwhelming that I personally choose not to fulfill my entire time and space with all that, just because it's a lot.
There's a concept that was so hard for me to wrap my head around, and this is loops back to like reality, interesting relationship with reality. So no one has ever suffered so much that they've alleviated suffering on the planet. And no one's ever been sick and so sick that they've helped alleviate sickness from the planet. So only from this place. So by us being in joy and us creative, like active creation of something positive and joy filled and all that kind of stuff, we are contributing to more joy on the planet. Agreed. And it does make some kind of a difference. And so I think if I had to put like what I'm about underneath an umbrella, it would be the human condition and quality of life. Like
that part I love.
The art of living.
Yes.
The art of being a human.
Alive.
And story is such this thing of story has such a huge effect on how we experience life. So if the only stories that we're giving our energy to are drama and trauma and war and pain, that's what we're going to experience. That's what we normalize. And that's why I love like hearing examples of you and your boyfriend and it working out. And it's like, oh yeah, that's possible. Like that is out there. And we settle for we've normalized. I mean, this is very generalizing, I understand, but it's so normal to be sick and unhealthy and and I just want to make the conscious choice that that's not how I want to live.
I'm right there with you because I think it has a lot of, you put out there what you want to get back in return as well. Like, I personally like to lead with love and kindness and no judgment. Because it also goes back to the whole, like, treat people the way you want to be treated,
The golden rule.
Amen. Exactly. So I don't know. I've always led with that. And I think it's important that, especially if there's a moment where maybe you step out of that, you got to check yourself. And, you're responsible. You're holding yourself accountable for those moments. But I really am along the same lines with you when it comes to being able to create joy, especially in a world where there's so much tumult and just anger and frustration. I think bringing out the product of joy is so crucial because that's also a gift that you can just give to people, right? So smiling at a stranger on the street that or just like saying hello, helping someone with their groceries if they're, in need of carrying it. Just little acts of kindness.
Yeah.
And I think that goes a long way. So
when no one's looking sometimes, I don't know if you guys ever, someone drops something, you pick it up in front of people and you get that little glow, I helped someone and a bunch of people saw it. Way better when no one's looking. Like you have a neighbor and his car thing kept blowing off, so I just come in and just cover it for it because I knew he was busy and he was always running and trying to make some money. So like carpool, but no one's around, right? So you do little things sometimes when no one's looking, and it's even better than showing up as a group to a Christmas carol to homeless.
It's better than coming to a volunteer activity where you just take a picture for social media and then you leave.
Yeah.
Correct.
Exactly. Exactly. And as Lizzo would say, I think that we as human beings are just real good, like at the core. Like we just are innately good. So I think leading with good, like kindness and just
seeing the best in people,
man. It's
I think Anne Frank said something along those lines too.
Oh, let's quote Anne Frank, my girl. Shout out to my girl Anne Frank.
She does carry some weight, doesn't she? For good reason.
Well, ultimately she did not carry a lot of weight, but that's
your girl Anne Frank.
Yeah.
Our girl.
Yes, bam. Love that.
Hey, I can just sneak off and restroom or whatever, right?
You can do
You guys are
whatever you
chatting
want.
for a second?
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
We've got a 10-1.
Show will be fine, I think.
That's a movie term.
Yeah, it sure is. If you're working on set,
10-1.
10-1. I'm going to go 10-1. Hello.
And 10-2 is not.
That's the other one.
Mm-hmm. That's the other one, which I always find it really, like, who's going to really be
right.
say?
Yeah, who's going to say, guys, I got to go 10-2. But sorry, go ahead.
No, I did work with somebody that would call in and be like, I have diarrhea, I can't come in today.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you going to say to that person? Nothing,
because everyone gets diarrhea at some point. It is one that helps you get out of things, So 10-1 is for bathroom, 10-1 is PP. 10-2 is poo-poo, and 10-4 is I gotcha. But that's like so out of place. Like, what about 10-3? I gotta go vomit. Like, where did it come from, you know? Let's talk about origin stories while we hear the listening sounds of copying.
That would be very, that'd be something to look into.
Yeah.
You know, I do like etymology as well.
Yeah, me too.
Like the breakdown of words.
I also like tamales.
Me as well. We have so much in common.
So much. Oh my God.
Oh
like
my
we're gonna become good friends after this.
Oh,
I
yes.
already felt it beforehand. So wait, can we talk about mutual friends real quick? Because I think that this is this is a fun little in.
Do you know how I know Bethany V? So we have a mutual friend in Bethany V.
Right. Yes. No. Tell me how you met her. I imagine through comedy.
A law of attraction group. We both go to a group.
You guys have a group? Is it through Facebook?
There is a group that some people started, and they shared the meetings on Meetup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing where I wouldn't say it out loud here, but when we're done recording, I'll let you know.
I can't wait for an off-camera story.
I love
my
this
favorite
group, but I don't invite just anybody.
So I'm going to just show you, well, hopefully I get an invite. So these are our mutual, this is where I'm like so excited to lean in a little bit because we can like talk about the mutual connections. We don't have to say names.
How do you know Sean?
Which one, Sean?
Dasani.
Let me see again.
He's one of my favorites.
Oh, I took an acting class with him.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, Sue Hamilton. Shout out to Sue Hamilton. Oh, Allure Beauty Box shipment order has been dropped off. Thank goodness.
Ooh.
Anyone have an Allure Beauty Box?
No.
As we just digress over into a different topic, beauty, from mutual friends to beauty products. I love the Allure Beauty Box. It is a monthly subscription, or you could do an annual subscription, where it gives you the like top of the line beauty products every month, where you get like 2 or 3 samples and then 3 like full size products. But it's like top of the line beauty products. It's like a little gift to yourself every month.
Nice. You like it.
Anyway, back to our mutual friends. Yes, took a class with Sean. How do you know Jamie?
Jamie.
What's happening?
I think that's way back in the day.
Back in the day.
I think that's way back in the day. I just met Granison through, because Jamie Flam has Typewriter Dynasty.
Yep.
Right.
And I just went to a show last week. And have you been to the venue?
I have not.
Fantastic venue. If you guys have never been, go check it out. It's the Dynasty Typewriter. It's on Wilshire Boulevard in K-Town. And it is a super fun venue. Very, how do you describe it? It's definitely alt, but like fun. It's got a little bit of a flapper vibe, not Flappers the Comedy Club, Flappers genre,
like
if you will.
speakeasy-ish.
Very speakeasy.
An American in Paris.
Sure.
With the new one and the old one. I like both of them.
I just, word vomit said, sure, why not? Yeah, I agreed. That's
Smiling
okay.
and nodding.
Smiling and nodding, absolutely. Anyway, go check out Dynasty Typewriter. There's so many great shows that are constantly going on. Jennifer. How do you know Jennifer?
I met Jennifer through a program we did during the Pan called Film Launch.
Fun. Okay.
Yeah.
What was that about?
It was about career stuff, envisioning,
Boring.
position,
No, I'm
expanding into your vision, that kind of
Nice.
stuff.
Oh, I love
Other
that.
careers are awful, aren't they?
Yeah. Okay. So I met Jennifer because I was working as a set PA on a TV show called Kevin from Work. It was on ABC Family, now Freeform. And Jennifer was on the pilot, and then she got brought back on the show, and they upgraded her. So she got to like do a little reoccurring stuff, which was great.
That's so fun.
She's so sweet. I really like her. Fully support. I mean, if there's anyone else on this mutual list that you're like, oh my God.
Is there? Can I ask you?
I
real-
brought up mine that I wanted to.
No one else matters.
No,
Anyway.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, no. That was rude of me.
It's okay. Those were the rest are more acquaintances.
For sure.
Yeah,
Fair.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
We love
Connecting.
mutual connections.
So I'm always I'm down here getting free stuff, and it sounds like you for sure open mics. Where are people going now? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Like is Laugh Factory open mic night on Tuesday? Or where do you go if you just want to kick out some lines? Either of you.
Kick out some lines.
Right.
Haven't heard that
Make people
one.
belly laugh.
Try out some new jokes.
Yes.
Test material.
Yes.
Stretch your legs.
My favorite open mic
Pay to play.
is
And not
Witty
bomb.
Titties.
Witty
Wait.
Titties is great. That's actually it.
What is it?
It's
Pretty
called not Pretty Titties, Witty Titties.
Yeah.
You were thinking pretty.
Slip
I
of the
get
tongue,
it. It's
for
okay.
sure.
Yeah. Well, so Witty Titties is at the Nightcap in Burbank, which is one of my favorite clubs. That's a great speakeasy vibe as well if you're looking for something that's, very cool. But Witty Titties is every Tuesday night where you can sign up, I think starting at 12 p.m.?
You sign up at noon, and then there's a show at 6, one at 7, and one at 8.
Right. That is an open mic.
Do you remember Flappers ran the hour happy hour, like 4 to 5? This is 5-6 years ago, but they would do open mic at the bar area. Is that still going? Like every night?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Do you remember, or am I crazy?
No.
There was a...
My favorite memories of
I'll
Flappers.
pass on that question.
Right. Phone a friend.
I love their pizza, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yes.
really enjoyed it.
Yes.
I did.
And the wings are good.
I mean, part of me going to Flappers for the open mics, part of it was like, I'm going to get a $5 pizza. That's it. Because it's only $5.
They have $5 pizza?
Yeah, I mean, unless
It
things
was
have
4 or
changed
5.
since
I wonder inflation kicked that up to 74, 50.
For open mic, or is that like a happy hour
European,
deal?
Euro.
Good question. Don't remember off the top of my head. But anyway,
But still,
there's plenty of different
the
open
one you
mics.
said, great. Okay.
So many.
There's
a ton of them.
Are you familiar with thecomedybureau.com?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a great website that you can go to.
The map's been a little like I'll click it and it's not happening that night, which I know everyone's in a massive train wreck from COVID and trying to get back on the highway. But some of the maps I went there and they're like, no, there's no comedy tonight. But man, it was so solid, and I hope they get it back because that's where me and my sons would go hit the food trucks. You're out till 1, comedy bouncing, crawling, and you end up at the food truck down there. The best food you ever have.
What are some of the best things that you had?
Down there?
Yeah.
Oh, that late? I just go for like 8 tacos. Give me 3 fish, 3 steak, 2
So just
chicken.
different tacos.
And I've eaten meat, so, yeah.
So that answers that question, because
I know
my
it's
next
been hanging
question
out
was,
there. It was
are
really
you
hanging.
vegan?
Right.
I am not.
Neither am I. No,
I'm
I
going
love.
to recuse myself from all further vegan conversation.
No. It's okay. Listen, it's okay if you are. It's okay if you're not. I think you have to do what you choose to do for you and your body.
I agree.
Yeah.
And this was part of my last set. Like, I find it so...
Tickle.
Well, I find it so fascinating that somebody's favorite food could be somebody else's most deadly allergy. And just what's right for one person isn't necessarily what's right for somebody else. But the attachment we get to, like, our way being right is fascinating. I saw somebody I know not too long ago posted that if you're vegan, it's child abuse, and it's like, what? That is such a strong...
It's also a fucking stretch.
Stance.
Yeah.
It's child abuse because you're not giving your child the proper nutrients
No.
for them.
Everyone needs to
for
stay
the
out.
brain.
That's not their child. Everyone
That's
needs to.
what
I
I'm
raised
saying.
3 and I got a new grandson. Everyone needs to leave the other people's kids. You know the saying? If you're more concerned about that person's problem in their life, you might be hanging on too tight. So
that energy could just be spent
that's
on your
someone
life
else's
as well.
child.
I agree with
Let
that.
them raise them how they want.
And then there's
that's
somebody
me,
else
that's
saying
me,
that,
though.
like, if you feed your kid meat, then you're, so bad. It's just very I mean, those are some strong stances to
Agreed.
take.
It's like proselytizing. It's just like pushing your whole your agenda on other people, and stay in your lane.
Yeah, I used to hate that expression, but I don't mind it anymore.
Yeah.
And not that, there's a lot of people that I just think it would be really awesome if we could have less screaming at each other and more conversations.
Oh, God,
and like,
yeah.
what if, because there are people that really thrive with a more traditional and conservative family type.
Sure.
And then there are people that have a more quote unquote liberal or progressive family structure that really works for them too. So, but then you have people that are conservative feel threatened by a more progressive family. And it's like, and then progressive people feel threatened by conservative. So it's like, how can we just
Coexist?
Yes.
Hello.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Let's just all, okay. The whole saying, can't we just all get along? It's like, but you know what? We can all live in unison and in our own worlds. Like, obviously be kind to each other, but like, you don't have to push your agenda or push your views on people, especially if they're happy with what they're doing. Like,
Yes.
What are you trying to do? Change people? Like,
Leave trans people alone.
Yes, that too. Oh my
Leave
God!
them
Stop taking away their
alone
rights. They're
and
people.
let them live. And
Amen to
the
that.
whole LGBTQ community as well.
People are people. Let's not forget that at the end of the day, right? We're living, breathing humans. Like, we all have that in common. That is our common denominator.
People over principles.
Thank you.
You like that?
100.
How about them apples?
Yeah.
I think it's
People Over
like, what if
Principles
we
is
could
the name
just-
of our new podcast, by the way.
What if we could just exist on this rock and not kill each other?
Yeah.
But we can do that, and we used to do that, and but well, here's the problem. We have laws to do that. That's how we live together. But just bear with me here for a second.
Yeah.
People San Francisco, it's an $8 million house. There are issues up there, but down here, even or where I'm from, if you pee on the sidewalk, we all own that sidewalk, and we want to walk our dog down it or whatever. So if you pee on the sidewalk or whatever, and you're homeless, I don't want anyone arrested, but they need to have a place. I'm sorry, man. The Vietnam vets thing and the homeless, and I'm literally, my girl knows me. I try not to get emotional about this stuff. This is the United States, right? This isn't Puerto Rico and Dominican where I've been. It's the United States. What is going on? Who's in charge? I'll go. Give us a vest and say, man, you're not going to like it, but we're going to pick these people up. They may fight it, but there's a big warehouse that Jeff Bezos put a bunch of beds in. Well, how's that help? It's a bed. And if they don't want to stay, I'm sorry, but what happens is they don't want to stay and we can't stop them. What happens is we need to get 3 professionals, not 1, but 3. So you know how hard it is to cheat with 3 people? Someone tells the secret, right? 1 person I don't want, but 3 people look at that individual and go, we can't let him go back out. He's going to get hit by a car. He's going to whatever. And then he gets to maybe stay for a month and figure out, right? And maybe we force him to stay for a month and see if he wants to get off something. But this recycling of, let's drop them at UCLA Hospital, they stay 7 days, and then they wander out and get hit by another mopeder and sent back. And rights are great, but if we view 3 professionals, I trust 3 nurses, let's say, I know I'm rambling, but if we trust a doctor and 2 nurses go, this person needs to be, they need to stay. They don't need to go out tonight at midnight and get kicked out. We need to feel safe outside to keep going, and that did not mean kneeling on someone's neck, They're fair. Okay, I'm done. And hey, touch your nose. Remember I said, when you want me to shut up, just touch your nose. It's easy.
But we don't want you to shut
We
up.
were
We're listening
listening.
to you.
I want me to shut up. It's so, see that?
I think that's a casualty of war.
So does
and
my family and friends.
I think
Yeah.
it goes back to putting profits over people because people, there are people that profit heavily from war. And war is the number one causation of poverty in the world.
Yeah. Also, just to kind of circle back to the whole concept of being kind and getting along, we have to listen more to people. So when you say touch your nose, we're actively listening because you have things
But
to
you're being
say.
polite too. If someone's going forever, like the Michelin.
We'll cut you off when we know it's time to cut you off.
I feel
okay?
like you will.
I'll share an idea. I'll share this idea
There's
of
a trust there.
Yeah.
I love it.
of a value proposition. So we individually, we can't give what we don't have. So if we don't value ourselves, then
How can we value others?
right.
Yeah.
So the more I value myself, then when I come together with somebody else, I'm giving from a different place. And
Totally.
then we together contribute to the greater collective
Yeah.
on a more elevated level.
And also, along those lines, if you have to love yourself before you can also love other people or allow others to love you. You know, it's like, again, back to law of attraction. Right?
But I thought it was only women. You know how women, if they're working out or it's just a good time of the month even, if they feel good about themselves, the dude's pretty happy because it's going to be a good weekend. It's going to be, whatever we would like. And I thought it was just women that way. And you know what? I was really down on myself, a year or so ago, and some things happened physically and so on. So I got a little shove from the, half black, half Brazilian, wheelchair-bound, LGBTQ in the sky, whoever she is or he. Something just hit me with that. And I realized I just didn't respect myself. Someone said it to me, my closest person in the world, and just lit a fire. And 100%, it's not women. It's men. I just realized how I was treating or doing things, and I just felt shitty. No reason especially, but I'm hard on myself. So I just felt shitty, and therefore, it just radiates. Trust me. Ask my relationship people. It's not a bad thing. Like, I hate Rob. It's just annoying to them because I'm not happy with myself. And then I'm kind of, you guys just sound like you're at the spot. I'm at the spot. I don't know. It doesn't matter if it's right. I just know I'm at the spot I'm supposed to be here. Today and tomorrow at the little thing. I know I'm supposed to be there. It's a cool feeling to feel good about yourself, though,
Yeah.
Really
Yeah, that's the best frickin' feeling.
It's powerful
right?
as hell.
It feels good to feel good.
When are you going to come a real, what's your best song? If you had to, if you were on the spot, The Voice right now and they go sing, what was your go-to?
Shoot by Salt and Pepper.
Nice.
Oh my God.
That's my go-to karaoke.
I love that you're asking this question because I've definitely thought about this before because on my bucket list is go on The Voice, even though
Let's hear it.
I've got a couple. So If I Ain't Got You by Alicia Keys.
Okay.
Ain't Nobody by Shaka Khan. And Don't Speak by No Doubt.
Yes.
So that's my range right there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, and also a little bit of Alanis Morissette. Either You Ought to Know or Ironic, either one.
I love Stay by Lisa Loeb.
Great.
That's really fun.
Great. Nice.
And I love I love Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn. I have eclectic taste.
I was going to say, that's
I have
stretching the boundaries.
Eclectic taste.
I like that.
Some
That's
Janis
good, though.
Joplin, probably.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can hear like
I
that
Touch
little...
Myself. I like that song,
It's
too.
a great song.
It's a fun.
Can I throw one out?
Yeah. No,
I just,
you're not
out of
allowed.
nowhere, they've been around 15 years, but there's a band, Humphrey McGee's.
I
It was
love
like
them.
oh, you know them. So
Yeah.
Puppet String is if
Don't
you
know
ever
that.
hike or you need some energy or workout maybe, it's just a build-up song,
Yeah.
So then I'm on Pandora. Please don't tell anyone I'm on Pandora still, but I love it. It's my old school.
Have you heard of Spotify?
Don't worry about it. So
Just told everybody.
Yeah. There's a lot of people listening to this podcast.
Wow, wait, hey.
So we're about at the time where we wrap stuff up.
Yeah, we
and
are.
I'm going to propose that we rapid fire questions.
wait, I
we
have one
start
more.
with
But the
Rob.
point, real quick, the group.
Yeah.
It led me to the new Master Sounds from England, and I literally, this was funny. You email a band, and the drummer emails you back. And we went back and forth. He's just a nice guy, right?
That's great.
But the new Master Sounds, Freckles and Land a Nod, and it's just jazz fused with some hip hop. It's not hip hop. It's just funky jazz. So it's not annoying. Acid jazz drives me nuts, and smooth jazz is great for Friday night, Saturday, right? But this is like fusion with. Anyway, the new Master Sounds. I love them. I just found them a year ago, 2 years.
Master Sounds.
Master
The new
Sounds.
Master Sounds.
Fire rapid questions.
If you
go.
could play any instrument, what would you play?
Oh, the drums for sure. I was trumpet in high school.
Excellent.
Yep.
If you had to rename any of your kids, what would that child's name? What is their name, and what would it be?
What kids?
I thought you said
You
you
have
had
3
kids.
boys, don't you?
I told you I had a grandson a year ago. Once I touched that grandson and felt that baby skin that I had thrice felt before, fuck those kids. And the kids in my 20s? No, it's grandbaby. I don't worry. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, kind of,
was
not really though.
Very,
no,
very
they're on their own. I
caught
already
off
told
guard
them.
at that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so once you hold that grandkid, hey, I'll play Super Lotto. Any grandparents in here? No, right?
Nope.
What's your?
Do you ever hear that line? If you look around, you don't know who's going to get laid tonight. Yeah, maybe it's you. So anyway,
Oh, okay. If you
Well,
had
the
a
grandparent- the
superpower,
grandparents, I guess.
if you had a superpower, what would it be?
I think reading women's minds, like Mel Gibson in What Women Want,
I have a funny
that'd be
story.
fun. Is that a one-day event, or how long do I get the superpowers? On an egg timer, or are we a lunar calendar?
Egg timer, maybe. One of the flip the timer, the sand
Yeah.
timer.
Okay, and
Yeah.
last question. What's your favorite compliment to receive? I love to ask people
You
this.
really do. It's a delight.
It's my favorite.
Me?
Yeah, what's your favorite compliment?
Wow. I want people to think I want them to know I'm interested now. I wasn't this way a year or two ago. My gypsy girl clued me on. But if you listen, because I've been a talker, if you listen, the world just comes to you. And her dad, if I might, was Robert Morse from Mad Men, the old guy with the gap in his teeth, right? And her whole family's sweet, and she's adorable. But he would always say, or someone would, more will be revealed. I don't know what that, my girl, I'm like, just leave me alone with your woman sayings, right? And it is true. If you chill out and you don't have to make a decision, it kind of oh, they don't want me. Okay. How, they do? I get to show up for Anton call me back. What a shock, right? It was like Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters of the Third Kind, right? The aliens come down, he's like, I fucking told you. But the people behind him are like, wow, that's how I felt when he invited me back, you know? Because this is what I wanted to do. And the thing tomorrow, if it interferes with this, I'm coming back, Anton. But I just want to say thank you. It's really cool. And then 3 of the people last week they're the people I want for a project. And whether it's 3 months or 3 years, they were sitting there. I got their number, right? This guy, mullet, right? And I need a country Missouri guy. He's the guy. He looks just like, so, God, I'm going on. Weird thing happen if you just kind of walk around and you go, hey, how you doing? And they start talking, and the next thing you know, they fly a drone with HD camera, and they go, hey, give me 30 bucks an hour, I'll shoot some stuff for you. Thanks, here's 50 an hour. Anyway, my timepiece. Are we wrapping up? Was that like a
So your favorite compliment
Yeah,
is
I
that
didn't-
being a good listener.
Yeah.
Until then, apparently not. All evidence to the contrary, right? All right, now, but you have to ask her questions, I thought.
Well, we're technically the host, so
Oh,
right?
you guys
Yeah.
were and I keep
Yeah, what's your
running
favorite?
over
What's
you.
your favorite compliment to receive?
Thank you.
There's a couple.
Same.
Right?
Can you give a chronological, alphabetical, where we
How
got?
about favorites?
You're very thoughtful. You are very funny, and you have an excellent butt. Those are,
Sweet.
yeah, those are
Do we
probably
get
top
video
3.
or tape? Can we check tape on that? Was she walking around earlier or no?
Okay, so when it comes from you, it
How
sounds
big-
a little
I-
creepy.
and my second question was, how
Hey,
big is your
Chair.
boyfriend? That was
Hey,
like, I
Chair.
don't need to
Hey
get beat
chair,
up today.
hey chair, how you feeling?
How's that butt treating you?
Yeah, the chair has no
Everything
complaints.
has consciousness.
The chair has no complaints, only compliments.
So when do we? I'm sorry to keep doing this. Will you be up at some point in the next week somewhere?
As I mentioned, I'm booking.
No, but you're going back to your stand-in. I got it.
No, that's not until that's a little further down the road,
Thank
like
you.
later this year. But stand up, just follow me on social media at Tema Sall, my first and my last name. I post all upcoming shows and stuff there. So
I just
Yeah.
produced a show with
gonna
a friend
put
of
you-
mine, which was fun because we had been
I
talking
thought
about
I
doing
saw
it
that.
for a couple months.
That's
so.
cool. I
we'll
wanna
have
come check
another
it
show
out.
coming up.
Well, I'd
Got
love
some
to.
stuff
I'd
coming up.
love to be on your show. So if
We'll
you
talk.
see us, yeah, we'll talk. Okay.
Yeah.
What's
That's
your
how it
favorite
happens.
compliment to
That's how it happens.
receive?
Thank
It's so
you
sweet.
Yeah.
for asking.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also do love to be told that I am beautiful and talented,
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah.
But when people are like, "You're like a breath of fresh air," I love that.
Oh, that's
I love
nice.
that.
Yeah. That's glistening
That's-
with love.
Yeah, that's the energy I want to bring to set. That's
Yes,
the energy
ma'am.
I want to bring
To life.
to life,
To
to
life.
the art of living. And really, like the greatest piece of art you'll ever create is the life that you live.
And I'm older, so it gets shorter every day. So you really start. You guys feel like you have 100 years to live, and in my age, some people start getting prostate cancer and then dying. And it's even more so. What you just said is like times 2 or to the square to me, because it's just not running out of time, but I'm a lot closer to the finish line than you two young
We don't
pretties.
have to wait till we get older.
That, and also, speaking of compliments, you have a great way of turning things around.
I always flip it. It's just ridiculous. It's always a compliment. If you ask the people, they just go, "Oh God, did you say that?" I go, "No, but you know how I meant it." And they go, "Didn't come out that way."
Yeah.
I'm always, you two, I hope it's a Netflix thing next week. I would jump out of, my girl would go, "What are you jumping around that?" A girl, Chris Fritz, or, she's great. And then I see her on stuff and I jump in the air and she goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I know her.
Well,
She
it's nice-
deserves it.
It's nice
She
to see your
deserves
friends.
it. You
It's
know
nice
what
to
I
see
mean?
friends
Yeah,
succeed.
yeah.
It's
They
nice to be
work
happy
hard.
for other people other people's successes too. If you're only happy for your own success, that's only one person you get to be happy for.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're happy for everybody else's, then there's like all these other people you get to be happy for. I think we should improv a closing song.
Let's do it. Should I give a beat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it Digital Underground? Is it Do What You Like? Or Humpty Dance?
We made new friends, but it's time to come to an end. We talked about some things, and then we talked about some other things. There's no strings attached, we just came together to have a friendly chat. And I'm turning it over to the co-host, she's the best. It's her turn at bat.
Hey, thanks, Carmen. What a treat it was to share this podcast with you.
And you.
Thank you so much for sharing more about you. Are you a Jew? I'm a Jew. You're wearing my favorite color. Well, I'll say it's one of my favorite colors. Purple is so.
What's another?
You know it's green, and green is a happy color like you.
Do, 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 do.
And that's our show.
The
Yeah.
end.
Thank you so much,
like
you
that.
guys,
That
for
was
paying
good.
it. That was off the cuff. That was improv. Give me a little love, girl.
I'll give you a lot of love.
You guys
So
are
thank
casual,
you, Rob.
and I am like, you guys are casual, and my shoulders just dropped going, "Oh, I got through," like, not got through it,
You're good.
but you
you're
guys were
good.
so, like, thanks for whatever, you know?
Just relax.
It's the
Enjoy
first
it.
one. I
Live your
know,
life,
I know.
baby.
Relax!
Well,
All right.
thank you guys so much for for tuning in, for paying attention and tuning
It's
in.
nice to meet you. And now I got 2 Instagrams, like your show. And,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, follow us, subscribe, like, do that dang thing. Carmen's got shows, I've got shows, we've all got shows. You get a show, you get a show, you get a show.
Start calling in.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
All right, well, thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Bye.
That was fun.